In fiscal year 2017, the total CU budget is $3.82 billion. How does CU's budget work? CU's annual budget is affected by how many students enroll, tuition and fee rates, available state funding, compensation, building maintenance, and other factors. Just as a household budget is split into things like housing costs, utilities, and food, CU's budget is split into 3 categories. The first 2 categories have restrictions on where they can be spent because of their source. Auxiliary revenue is limited to specific purposes. For example, revenue from meal plans has to be spent on things related to dining, such as food, employees, and dining facility maintenance. The second category, restricted revenue, includes money received from grants. It must be spent according to the terms of the grant. For example, cancer research grants can only be used to fund cancer research, faculty, and labs. Philanthropic donations are restricted funds too. Donors determine where their money is spent. Education and general revenue, or E&G, is the third category. This is the money most people think of when they talk about higher education funding. It is made up of flexible funds used for the core functions of the university. This includes things like faculty, advising, scholarships, technology, and administration. Across CU's campuses, the E&G budget is about 36% of the total. These dollars are critical to the university because they pay for educating students. Over the past 2 decades, funding for Colorado's higher education system has shifted from the state to students. In 2001, state support covered 2/3 of the cost at CU, with students picking up the other third. Fast forward to today, and this has flipped. State support per resident CU student has been cut in half over the last 15 years. In fact, Colorado ranks 48th nationally in this category. We know the state budget is tight. CU is fortunate to be receiving a small increase in state funding next year. Public funding is vital to maintaining affordability and quality at CU. Adequate funding makes it possible to hire and retain quality faculty, improve student services, and maintain modern facilities. The level of public funding in each campus's budget varies. We can see these differences when we look at each campus's E&G budget. Boulder's E&G budget is the largest, but only 9% of it comes from public funding, compared to 30% at Anschutz. When looking at resident tuition, we can see it's the biggest contributor to budgets at Denver and Colorado Springs, yet it's the smallest at Anschutz. Finally, non-resident tuition encompasses the majority of E&G funding at Boulder and less at the other 3 campuses. Not only is the makeup of E&G different for each campus, but revenue from public funding and tuition fluctuates each year. This means we have to be smart with our money. While public funding has declined, CU has increased fundraising, found efficiencies, and improved quality, all while keeping resident tuition and fees as low as possible. CU is committed to keeping a strong and balanced budget so we can meet the needs of our students and our state for generations to come. See more details on CU's budget on our website.